Network's not. Let me check my audio. Oh shit. Come on. Click you. Network's on. Alright. Check my Shut audio. Up, mate. Hopefully I last longer today. See how long it takes for the heat to destroy me. Come on. Let's see. Creator dashboard. YouTube's still taking forever. YouTube's still taking forever. Jesus! Well, while YouTube's still thinking. Nope, nope, nope. Finally woke up. I just wanted to know which one I need to export. Yeah, see you. Go to export. Yeah, whatever. Start export. Why the hell is Mouse awake right now? That means no stream tonight. Okay. So I want to redo this part. Probably here. Oops. Let's delete you. Let's delete you this way. Yeah, let's just delete you. Because I want to add modifier. Form displays -1. Maybe it would be easier just to... Yeah, it's probably easier that way. Fuck. Normal? No. Damn it. First off, it's clear sharp. Nah, I thought that would help. Fine. Put it higher. Yeah, we can do that. Let's grab. Let's grab you guys. That's boop. Separate. I'll leave it in here. I want to look at the cards. Oh, I guess that's you. Anything here? Not really. Yeah, I'll leave it on cards. Okay. We're going to form, displace. Feels like a lot. Do that instead. Maybe even less. think that's better. Yeah. Here, we're going to fly. It's only a pay 2. We'll find ways to draw cards. Okay. I'm going to join. Well, actually, before that, we're going to G. Let's turn on here. Turn that on. This part needs to change. It's probably the body needs to change as well. That's where it's just now. Let's grab both of these. Yeah, we'll go with that. Distance. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Like that. Okay. Maybe do this instead. What if, what if? Boop, boop. Actually, let's just get rid of you. Roar. Where are you? That's where I started. How stupid. I do need a message somewhere. Okay. Let's move you up a bit. Move you down a bit. Sure. Could do that. Good. Oop, oop, oop. That makes more sense. Although I don't like how that looks. Subdivide. What I meant was connect, subdivide, doo doo, doo doo doo. Or don't. Let's try that. Or, sorry, still thinking about cards. This Spectre has floating memory. There you are. Are there any other Spectres with floating memory? Let me see. No. No. Oh god. I might be fucked with floating memory. check. On enter, ephemerate, stealth, sacrifice, on death. Punishment, extra damage, ephemerate, 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 ephemerate. On enter, stealth, ephemerate, ephemerate. Ah, floating memory, okay. Target ally gets +1. Buff counter on it. That's actually a pretty good card. So that's 2. Ephemerate, 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 ephemerate. There's the second one. Ephemerate. 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 Yeah, you only have 2 cards with floating memory. Better just not use it then. Okay. Lines. That's not what I meant. Get back in there. Okay. Hmm. Subdivide. Yes. That's not what I wanted. Ah, just look at the body. Ah, whatever. Couldn't keep it like that. The chest doesn't really move. Feels still a little too big. Don't do all caps. Don't forget the cards. You motherfucker, you just went offline! Oh, it's probably he probably has to pick her up. Never mind. I'll remind you a little later. Okay. Um, Use fine. Okay, so here to here. Actually, let's go here. Let's do this. Going to V. Go like that. And then P. K. M. Distance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's the right amount. Let's not do that. Let's mark sharp. Let's go A, mesh, normal, average, corner. There we go. Let's grab these guys and slide them. Or not. Slide them. Push out, push here. Yeah, let's not do that. Do I keep it like that? Or do I round this out? And then sharp. Nah, fuck it. We'll have button, button. I'll just send him the message. Forget the cards. What if? Let's do skirt next. Which is you? You? There we go. That's the right one. How did I fix the skirt? I did not. Oh. Yeah. Delete. Make this easier on me and apply. We'll do that. Normal? It could work. It won't work. Oops, actually, that's the right length, okay. Yeah, let's just keep going down. Activated target spectre ally. Turn target ally card from your graveyard to the field. It becomes ephemeral. Fuck, what am I gonna make today? What can he eat? I think it's just red meat he can't eat. What chicken dish do I make? Can't use tomatoes, can't do that. What did you call? Alright. Let's move up, shrink. roughly there. Roughly there. This part I'm not liking. But it's fine, I guess. So let's mirror that. Let's just 2 boop control B. There we go. That fixed that. Let's just clear seam, clear sharp, clear seam, clear sharp. There we go. Good. Subdivide. J. Do. Yeah, let's pull this further back. I think I'm gonna get you. You. I'm good. Take you. Take you. And grab 4. Mm. Going Mary. Mm. Let's try this. Wrong button. That was Windows. Yeah, that's fine right there. I don't like this. That is the body, so normal? How does that work? We'll do this. Alright, and then we want to even these out. Of course, you're not gonna wait to mirror it, so maybe it can work. It didn't work. I clicked V by accident. Which one is the other one floating over? You. Okay, and then do I just boop, boop, boop? Hey, that does look good. I can do that. I'll leave it like this though. We'll keep it like that. Let's U P shrink, move it normal. Yeah, move it up roughly this much.
As long as it's a camera that has stealth.
Let's do. How am I gonna do this? I could have just slid him. Can't really do that. don't really care about this side, so I think it's fine. Okay, let's do this. It's actually delete you. Let's. Wait a minute. Let's turn that off. And let's slide you guys to better positions. Let's slide you guys to better positions. Let's fix this because it looks annoying. Mesh, normals, average, corner. There we go. It looks fine. Thinking of adding more vertices there, but no, it looks good. Let's fix this to make this pop out a little bit more. Let's slide you guys down. Just sculpt it. Wait! My tablet works. Oh, it's much more comfortable. I think my handle's starting to cramp up from the mouse. Okay. Let's boop control B for bevel. Let's grab U2 and let's normal. No, not gonna work. Global. There we go.
Is that really the only other ally I can add? Other ephemeral allies you control get +1. Let's see, but Phantasmagoria gets rid of all effects besides specters, so you're worthless.
I need to sit down for a bit. Actually, let me see how this works. Where are they? There you are. Yeah, I was scared for a second. I thought it wouldn't match up. Okay, so yeah, put it there. Ugh.
Phantasmagoria. Yeah, non-spectre cards with all abilities. Not what I like. So really locked into. Hmm.
Let's hide you. Sculpt. Or should be mirrored. Yeah, you are. Let's just actually need to select this first. There we go. Okay, I want him to puff out, so let's do that.
They're not cheap. Spectres. Well, they're not. That's not good. I need to focus on drawing.
Alright.
Let me get a fire deck. I don't want to build a basic ass Alice deck. What does Alice level 2 do? Whim's Monarch? Oh, right. Okay. On enter Glimpse 3, then reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Chessmet card, put it to hand. If you don't control a pawn, summon a pawn ally piece token. That just guarantees one. Well, problem is that Alice doesn't have a lot of strong cards. Put all spell cards from the graveyard deck to the graveyard. There's no way to get that cheaper. Just Crossroads Spectre. Seven or more recalling cards among all the banishments return Crossroads Spectres to the field above. Get out of this mode. It was already off of this mode. Let's turn off the tits. Where are the tits? Where? There they are. Now, where is the top? There we go. I mean, the corset.
So I can get away with a little bit more vertices. Let's go normal G. Hmm. D. Separate selection. Get the right key. Subdivide. What if I put you up here instead? Why are you on? That's not the right one. Alright. Scared the shit out of me. Hola, how's it going? Oh my god, that is small. How's it going? Anything new? Any cheese man? I need more edgelords. Nice. Is it the what do you call it? The Destiny thing? I cannot tell if there is. Oh, and how much bad rhythm she has? We saw part of that stream. G. There it is. Is she editing, or are you gonna be the one editing? Glika minigame from the first one. I don't remember. I don't think I saw the beginning of it. At least the beginning of her her rhythm heavy game. Yeah. What do you guys use to edit? Yeah, makes sense. That is a better one. Where is boobs? Boobs? Oh, they're the wrong boobs. That's the right boobs. Guess I'll just subdivide that. Why is that? Get out of here. That's not it. Get out of here. Oh. Are my cards different colors? What the fuck? Or are you just facing different directions? No, you kind of are different colors. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I forgot that I sent that. I'm thinking of shrinking her head though. I think her head's way too big. I know how that's how it looks like in the drawing, but it's as big as her ego, and we want it a little smaller. By we, I mean me. Where the fuck are the legs? That's the feet. Boop, 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 boop. That's the tits. Not the tits. Where are the legs? Boop, boop. That's hand. That's a good hand. That's a good hand. Where are her legs? There they are. I just think her head's a little too big. Oh, so there we go. I also need to thicken up her ankles a bit. They go too much into a point. More trimming here. Like if we add parts to the clothes, the big head becomes more noticeable. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shrink the head a bit. I do need to make the back of her hair a little longer. But we'll do that later. Okay. I got scared. Other than that, I don't think I'll finish the close this week, but probably a next week thing. Or a weekend thing, but we're starting to get to the finish line of modeling at least. That's why it's off. Okay. So I want to add one there. That's really it. Yeah, okay, right here. Seems fine. Let's go to sculpt. Mm. Is it 12? Okay, so good. The boobs. Where are you? This the corset. There we go. Where's the handle on? Enough distance between that. I think we're good. The bow will go here. I think this should probably be like this. Come on. Move it. Shrink you down a bit. I think I kind of want you to be up there. But that would fuck up the bow. So let's try this. And then we can go to active element, scale. I think this needs to go flatter. Because the bow's going to be here. What's up? I saw your horrid rhythm heaven. Oh, playthrough. It made me hee hee ha ha. Every time I popped in, it was you fucking up. Did you do that, the input latency test? Oh, it's getting warm. No, that's a low setting. It was already on high. This is a little too far out. By the way, I'm probably gonna shrink her head because I think her head's a little too big. You jinxed it. Yeah, I'm shrinking your head. Not yet, but I think your head's a little too big. You know what? I think that was not the tits. That one's the tits. That's not the tits. Which one's the tits? There we go. G. Come on. I think it's a little too big the way I drew it. Which one was the tits? Was it this one? Was it this one? I thought the tits. This one? It's on the tits. Where are... There's the tits. That's not the tits. I really should label these. Which one is the legs? Leg, 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 feet, feet, leg, 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 leg. There we go. And then hand, not hand. At the end, when it makes more sense. Bangs. And I'll turn on the fucking face just because that's not the face. I think your head's a little too big. Ignoring the drawing in the back, head feels a little big. Head feels just a little big. And I'll probably thicken up this part of the ankle because it goes too much into a point. And I'll make your hair a little longer. That's it. We'll see once we get most of the clothes on. Then you can see. I think it's just big. Although that is kind of my style, but H, and I think the hair needs to be a little bigger. It's supposed to go like right around here, but that does look too big. So maybe Shift A. Where's the lattice? Lattice. Bring this here. Doop doop. Wrong way. Doop doop. And then we'll object. Boop. Deform. Lattice. U. And then maybe scale. Let's do this. I think it should be this big. Think like that, but whatever. Delete! Also, someone's destroying my ear. Who's on? How's the heat up there? I think we're now forever stuck in high 80s, low 90s. Why is it not on my whatever? It's A clear. Got that stupid pen. Alright, let's charge my phone because I forgot. You fuckers. How dare you live in a bay area where the bay can naturally cool off your environment. How dare you? That one. I don't want that one. Alright, let's charge this. You're it's like almost 90 over here. What do you mean? Oh, what sucks more is this humidity. I just feel gross all the time. Oh, I just remembered. I need... Where is this missing? I lost. There it is. Fuck. Oh, I also need to send you the updated version of Stay Inside.
I don't turn on the AC till like after 1, maybe 2, sometimes 3. And then only if it's above 90 degrees.
I don't want to waste energy.
I need to send you the updated version of this, of your girl. Got the little knot pups scruff thing up top, the bow which should be removable, the other clip, this. You want to be the piercing queen. We updated the corset. The bows in the back. Here, I forgot to edit this, but we'll figure that out. The chains. And then that. And that. And then the bow.
So I'll have to send you this later. Cuff? Let's make it a piercing. I just put piercings all over your ears. Ugh. Me don't know earrings too well, so you're gonna have to look stuff up again. Oh shit. Why are you fucked up? A mesh normals. That fucked it up. Why? Is it facing the wrong direction? It is. Alright. Mesh normal. Good get outside. There we go. That's better. Now where are your tits? And the corset is 13? 14? 15? 15. That's not the corset. 17? 11. There we go. Okay, I think let's deselect you guys, subdivide, slide it here-ish. Let's not do that. We'll Control R and do this instead. Right here. Let's here to dissolve. We'll go U to U and last. Son of a bitch. Alright. Let's give you some volume. Also, motherfucking Nathan hasn't read One Piece since our little fucking reading trade. He's still in this lobby. Ugh. Which is funny because we're watching One Piece currently, so it's like, wow, oh, like this is happening again. You would know if you would have read it, or wow, look at this character. There's more references if you would have read it. I think Alex only recently started reading the new chapters. He hasn't said anything. I want to talk about it. Also, Oda has been implying a lot of rape in these newer chapters. He's going adult. Not as behind as Nathan. And then now I want him to read Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is just we're at the halfway point between the new chapters. There's only 5 chapters left before it goes on break again. It's good. It is very much known for its power system. Very good power system. It is a well thought out power system that can get very complicated. Complicated in the sense of not complicated to understand, complicated in the sense of that like things can counter each other if the characters think it through. Let's subdivide. Although I will admit, I did not like Hunter x Hunter when we first started watching it because it was like, oh, it's just a basic shonen, and Gon just seemed too happy and like, oh, like this is gonna be this kind of story. But after the first arc, it gets really good. Although episode 3 is when I guess it convinced me, like, okay, this is interesting. Convinced me to keep watching. Hell's Paradise. Is that the one where like samurais and prisoners go into like a forbidden island to get like the fruit of immortality or something? I feel like we started watching that and it's like, wow, this is not interesting. And we just dropped it. In which case, yeah, I agree. If it's that one, then yeah, we got bored of it and just dropped it. The premise seemed kind of boring to me. And they never explain, because they're just normal people, right? Other than like the mystical world, none of them have any special powers. They sort of have special powers, but they're not supernatural. It's just like, I'm ninja, so I can do this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that always bothered me. I was like, huh. Because, like, of course they're gonna lose to the supernatural world. Oh, fuck. But yeah, we ended up dropping it. It just... I think our friend, when he was continuing to watch it with us, convinced us to watch it, and then as soon as he stopped joining us, like, yeah, this is kind of boring. I'm out. Whoa, that's not the button. Yeah. Cause it was made by I forgot who. The way they promoted Hell's Paradise was like, this is like from this like famous author from this famous work, or maybe they're like an assistant from this famous author. Also, my cards are not the right color, which means I fucked up. I need to switch these guys out. Yeah. Oh, that would be called cheating if I played with that. Oops. I don't know who the assistant was. I think it might have been like Chainsaw Man? Might have been a Chainsaw Man assistant. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. But I know that they were known for something, and they for some reason were promoting the hell out of Hell's Paradise, but I'm willing to go back and watch it on my own, just to see if it gets better. But there's also like no characters I kind of like in that show. And I like the main guy's wife. But like, how are we not sure that she's not dead at this point and it's for nothing? Well, maybe I should probably just look it up. Yeah, the wife was cute. I think I'm just gonna look it up because it's just like I don't care enough to actually read it. Yeah. I have a feeling she's dead. And then the main character keeps flip-flopping like, I don't care about dying, but wait, I have a wife, I need to go back. And then like, I don't care about dying. I'm like, okay, I get it. And then Samurai Girl kind of feels like nothing. She started off as someone really strong, but then compared to everybody else, she's now like really weak. I thought she was gonna be like a bigger driving force in this, but she just ended up being like kind of nothing. That smooths that out. This can probably go up. And her falling for the guy is like, why? Like, he's your prisoner. I don't know. I just, her just falling for him was kind of like, this kind of feels like just a lame attempt at like getting some romance into this. Not everything needs to have romance in it. It does keep me motivated, but like, it just didn't feel like relevant for her character. It is quite boring. Okay, I think we got a good visuals here. Bleach is starting again, but like I don't have Hulu. Not Hulu, what do you call it? Disney Plus? No wait, no, it is Hulu. Hulu! I don't want to pirate it either. It's so annoying to pirate. Yeah, the final arc. And they did the thing that everybody wanted them to do, which I would have rioted if they didn't do it either. The most Gunner thing Bleach has ever done. Have you never watched Bleach? Oh. Read it. As cool and as much as I like the Bleach anime, it is horribly long, a lot of filler, skippable filler because they turn filler into arcs. Some of those arcs are good. But it is honestly a better experience to read it than it is to watch it. It suffers from early shonen, which is just a lot of filler and a lot of dragged out. But once you get to the 1,000-Year Blood War, that's when you watch it, because they are slightly changing it here and there, because the manga ended very quickly, so they're expanding on certain things with the help of Kubo, the actual author. So far, it's a better experience to watch that last arc than it is to read it. If you read it, you'll be disappointed. Although we were all worried that they wouldn't adapt the best part, showing a title card on a girl's ass. We were all waiting for that. It is. Normally I'd be like, this is stupid, but like, it's Bleach, so I'll accept it. That looks good. I want to continue watching Mushoku Tensei, but man, does the second season kind of suck. I don't like that arc. Or was it the third season? I forgot what season is the erectile dysfunction arc. I liked it because it follows his life from like child to. The only part I don't like is the fact he didn't need to be isekai. That's the annoying part. And his internal monologue about fucking him other shit, I was like, oh, it's just stupid and boring. If he was honestly just like a pervy fucking kid, I would have been like, this is whatever, this is good. But making him into an isekai character is just like, Getting good there. Why did it censor pervy? I'll allow it. I don't mind the perviness if it was actually a kid being pervy. But like it's just weird. And then I think what pisses me off the most is that my favorite girl fucking gets cucked. Oh, maybe cuck's not the right word. More like she's into being cooked. You're never gonna watch it, right? Alright, tell him to plug his ears. Okay, I'm mute. I'll put a... I'll leave that there. Okay, so... my favorite girl was Sylvie. They eventually meet up, and they get married! Yay! And then he meets up with his teacher, is like, you know what? I want to fuck you too. And then they fuck, and then second wife! And then she's like, yep, I'm okay with this. I was like, what? What? Like, why? And then, you know what? Bring in the third wife. That's not the worst part. The worst part is Eris comes back in the picture and she's like, I want to be your other wife. And he's like, you got it. And then Sylvie's like, I mean, that's the one that caused you problems. Like, you know what? Sure. Third wife. Because I like being cucked. It was like, motherfucker, why? Why? And she was willing to do it, to have the blonde-haired girl. I don't think you've seen her. Blonde-haired girl, who he was gonna fuck once, but then, you know, erectile dysfunction, because erectile dysfunction arc. Oh, I forgot. There's text. Whatever. It's not gonna remember how I talk. He was gonna allow a different girl to be wife number 3. And it's just like, why, Eris? Why, Sylvie? Why? I like your design. You're cute. But you have to be fucking, oh. And she didn't start off as a perv, but she ended up being a perv, and then there's a, oh. I just every time that's the other reason why I don't want to watch it, because it's like it's very is. You want to know the crazier part? This is like future shit. I don't know if they probably should adapt this, but the craziest part is that his sister, the red hair one, ends up marrying his kid. Well, actually, it ends up fucking his kid. Around 10, maybe 12. Yeah, no. So he has a kid with a red hair, Eris. And then his sister, yes, what the fuck exactly? His sister is so into the little boy, she grooms him, like fucked him, and then we're just like let us marry. It's like, well, one, you're like his aunt, and like little nephew. There's a huge age difference between them, and then she just ends up running away with them for like a year or two. And then there's a whole section of the story where they're looking for them because they ran away and they're living off on their own. But like, he's like 10, 12. And then by the time they find them, she's pregnant. It's just like, And obviously he comes from a world where like marriage from like relatives is like forbidden and it's bad. But in this world, like, it's like, why not do it? Half of the family is like we're okay with it. His other sister's like, you were grooming him. I don't approve of this. And it's like, how different is it from your situation where you're fucking 3 wives? One of them is technically related to you because she's a cousin, distant cousin. Like, how is that? You should allow your child to fucking marry your sister. I don't know why. The creator just said he's just gonna write the things he wants to write, and now he doesn't give a fuck about what other people think. Cool on him. But like, this one was a weird one. That's a future thing. They'll probably adapt it because it sounds like they're gonna go all the way to like his death. But in like a side story or whatever explanation, redundancy, they explained that in the alternate timelines where he was never born, what's her face? His red-haired sister is really into little boys. Always ends up fucking and marrying little boys. So hey, regardless, she was gonna fuck a little boy. Yeah. It's very insane. Also, we did find out that the little sister, his red hair sister, is probably the reason why Rudeus is in this timeline. I don't think they'll ever explain that in the anime, at least. They might do like special like OVAs explaining it. Well, maybe they might, because no, there's no reason to explain it, because they did turn like the Eris spin-offs into like an episode. But that's because it's tied to like actual characters in the current time. The whole past thing is from like maybe it's from like a different timeline that none of them are actually tied to anymore. And there's another timeline, but that's gonna explain other shit. That probably is gonna be animated this season 3 or 4, whatever we're on. I like the characters, but like the shit that happens in there is just like, what? There are cool fights. Turning points are really cool. But it's just like the little things that it's like, why are you doing this? Why is this relevant? again, the author just wanted to write a story and not be like hindered by anything, so it's like whatever's. But like, I think whenever I'm thinking of stories, I'm thinking of like main points and not getting distracted from like side shit. But this guy is like, here's the main story, and everything in between is whatever the fuck I want it to be. Yeah. It would be better if it wasn't an isekai. You could still have the isekai characters in it, which is one girl. Because that's honestly like a cool, interesting part of it. But him being an isekai 40-year-old man, it's not really that relevant. You could have just made him like a genius at fucking magic. And it would have been fine. But it gets wilder. It's I'm not gonna lie and say it's not interesting, because like who'd ever like take stories that way. Some arcs are not necessary, but like the fucking ED arc, man, is erectile dysfunction arc. And then I hate school arcs. I fucking hate school arcs. You guys are like teenagers, or pretty much adults in that world. Why are you going to school? I'd understand it if it was like a college, because like back in the day, college was like you just go in there and studied your craft and then left. It's different from like how college is now. But like it is a school. There's children in there. So it's just a school throughout the ages, and it's like why? And then fucking Ariel with like her fucking freaky kickiness. It's like why? There's a part where she gets scared, wets herself, and she's like, man, I was kind of into this. I was like, what? I know she's freaky, but like, Sorry, this point's turning into a rant. Yes, there are characters like that. And then there's the fact that Eric's his cousin, and he marries her. She's cute though. But like, it ends up being like he's the wife and she's the husband. And it's like, this is a weird dynamic. Like he gets treated like a baby around her, but around the other wives he's the man. But like, it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. I don't know if that should have been the relationship. Just so much ranting. I can rant so much about it. I'd still read it to the end. I don't remember most of it anymore. But like, the fights are cool. The big implication, they're all amazing. The way it ends, it's actually pretty sad. But man, are some things in between just like, why do you need this? I just hate school arcs. The school arc is probably the biggest thing. And then people complain like, well, if you don't like the sister marrying the... Well, okay. Alright. So, future. His daughter, Lucy, ends up marrying her, I guess, uncle? Younger than her. Because Sophie's grandma is the blonde whore. Ends up marrying Rudy's friend. They have a kid. Technically, it is her uncle. Treated him like a brother. And then they end up marrying. I was like, oh, okay. That's also a weird one. That's a very weird one. Wait. It's great uncle. Great uncle. Because grandma, she has a kid, brother. Oh no, no, it's uncle. It's definitely your uncle. But like the fights are cool. He in this arc, presumably this arc, he makes a giant like magic armor with fucking cannons and it's cool. It's a cool fight. He ends up losing, but that like he was so close to winning. It's just like that's how strong he was. And then there's okay, he better not be listening or reading this, but the coolest point was when his past version comes, no, his future self. He meets his future self. Like his future self travels, makes a spell to travel to the past to talk to him and to tell him, be careful of the human god. He's conspiring to kill you, to kill your family, because he wants you to control you to kill Orst. Like he's an evil god, but like his magic spell failed. It traveled. He was able to travel back to the past, but without his organs. So he ends up dying. He reveals the secrets and he gives him a book of like it was basically his diary of all the shit that's happened to him, and then he ends up burying himself in the past. Yes, there's some crazy shit that happens in it. It's cool. Ignore all the incest and the weird fucking and the fetishes. There's some crazy shit that happens in there. And then this is where he finds out that that the human god sends a rat to bite his second wife to kill her. I don't know. I know. I agree. I know, again, it's his story. He can write whatever the fuck he wants, but like sometimes it's a little unnecessary. But yes, so he's living in a second timeline. The first timeline was when the god actually ends up killing his wife. He gets very he gets mad and angry, and he basically turns evil. He basically starts not well, I guess he kind of abuses his wife Sylvie, which is sucks. So basically he becomes a womanizer. He fucks random whores. He's never home. Sylvie ends up leaving him, but during that time a war is happening at Ariel's like home. So Sylvie ends up joining Ariel to stop the rebellion or whatever, or like win contest, whatever. She ends up dying. They basically crucify and burn her body, and that's when Rudius snaps and basically kills a whole fucking army. Dark Timeline Rudius is the strongest he will ever be. He discovers gravity magic. He makes spells that never existed in there, and he can basically kill anybody. He's that strong. But his whole goal is to kill Hidogami, the human god. But that's something he can never achieve. So in order for himself to achieve that, he decides to go to the past to give his past self information of what to do. It's crazy. Eris ends up following him the whole time. But like, since he's basically evil Rudius, he's going through some shit, emotionally like wrecked. She ends up dying for him, and basically has to be told like, yeah, she loved you and she was willing to do anything for you. And he snaps even more. It's crazy. Honestly, I'm more interested in the dark. The dark timeline is more interesting, but like it's in the timeline where Sylvie dies, so it's like I don't want to read this. I like Sylvie; she's my favorite character, but knowing that she dies in technically the first route is sad. Not her daughter. Her daughter, I guess, was taken away by somebody else, but they don't know where her daughter is. Actually, there's implication that he might have met his daughter at one point. But like they took her away when she was like a toddler, so he doesn't even know how she looks like. crazy. Again, there's some crazy shit in the story. That's very cool. There's also just a lot incest kinks and fucking weird shit. If this story was not about an isekai guy, I think I would tolerate this more. I would definitely tolerate it more. Because it's just like, oh, whatever, it's a kid being pervy. And then it's like, oh, it's ancient times. People married their fucking cousins, sister wives, whatever, whatever. But knowing who he is, it's just like, well, man. Obviously, the grooming, the sister grooming is a unfortunate thing. Yeah, if it was a more focused story, it'd be more interesting. I don't disagree. Especially since all of his children are not affected by Orsus like curse. And they're probably and his children in the far future. Like in his like the last dying part of him, he ends up seeing him, but whatever. It's his children that help kill the god. No, not kill the god. It helps seal the god so he can never fuck around with the human world ever again. And yeah, it's his children. I know at least one of his child is part of it. Presumably two others, because his children do live a long time. Well, not the human side. The demon side and the elf side do live a long time. Presumably the human children end up living and dying normal lives. The story goes up into his death. Like old age death. Although his old age is like, wow, you're not really that old. You're like 70 maybe. But that part gets sad. But you get it. But during his death, you get a glimpse of like, yes, he ends up winning. Because I think on his dying bed, one of his children takes away like the protective ring or bracelet that he had. So the evil god takes his soul to the moment where he's about to lose, and he's like, look at what you did to me, look at all the like your children, this and that. And there is children there, but he doesn't recognize them because one, he's already dying, his mind's gone, so he only remembers a few things, but he sees familiar faces which are his children, like as like adults, because they end up looking like his wives. But all I can say is like, haha, fuck you, you deserve it, losing. It's a cool, satisfying ending. Although, again, it is his dying breath, and he's definitely going through like dementia or something, because like, the only person he remembers is Roxy, his second wife, because that's the one and he keeps calling her teacher. And then he just like fades away. Which is, it's sad. Yeah. It's sad, but like, I think there's like things at the end where they did, or epilogue or something. His sister ends up writing a book about him, like his lives, his accomplishes, which is sweet because like him and her were very like estranged, disconnected. She always felt inferior to everybody. But hey, she ends up having a kid with Rujude, and her kid ends up being the one that helps take down the god, the evil god. Yeah, it's an interesting story. I like it beginning to end because it goes through his whole life, trials and tribulations. The crazy events that happen are crazy. It's wild. There are definitely weird parts. Do I recommend it? Probably not. If you don't like the weird the weird 40-year-old man into being a perv to children. To Roxy, it's fine because it's like she's technically an adult. But like, yeah, I guess he treated Sylvie fine. It's the way he treated Eris is just like, okay, like, you know, you're an adult mentally, physically you're a child, but. And then his wife gets cocked and she's okay with it. Ah, why her? Uh. All right, I'll turn off the video. All right, that's enough of rant. Yeah, enough of me about. Yeah. I like it. It goes to two strange places. It kind of wish it would do other things better. But it's a unique story beginning to end. And it is the grandfather of like modern isekai. It did not originate or start isekai, but it's the one that popularized a lot of the tropes. Which is cool. I think the first isekai was like a mecha show. Just funny. It always comes back to mecha. I've been wanting to watch Escaflowne. I want to draw Sylvie. Are you? Where are you? Where is it? Got the spirit? No, it should be here. Where are you? There you are. I think it looks fine. I just need to redo your top, and then I can start on the harder part, which is this part right here. I did see one where like they connect this part of the sleeve onto the clothes, but I kind of want to leave it just as a there's like an empty void here. We'll see. Already won, so I need to stop so I can start making food. I feel like I still have leftovers, but I need to finish those. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I don't know what else I'm gonna make though. That is good. Your balloon tits are funny, but hey, that's what you wanted. Air. Oh, it was not 5. It's 7. I'm surprised you wanted balloon tits. We're getting there. I like how this part looks now compared to the old one. I might. It's hard to achieve these folds. I might fuck around with this a little bit more. Alright. I'll end it here. I'll save it before I forget. I'll leave you with your balloon tits and your corset and skirt. Alright. Bye!